I wish I knew more about Rome's Jewish ghetto.
One of the most visited places in the ghetto is the Great Synagogue of Rome. The synagogue was constructed in 1870, shortly after Italy was unified. After the Kingdom of Italy captured Rome, the Roman ghetto was demolished and the Jews were granted Italian citizenship. The synagogue that previously stood in place of the Great Synagogue was torn down to make room for a far more impressive building. It was constructed between 1901 and 1904 near the Tiber River and overlooked the former ghetto.
Teatro di Marcello was a project originally started by Julius Caesar, but was finished by Augustus around 17 BC. It is an open-air theater with a diameter of 130 meters and surrounded by 41 arches. It was created on blocks of tuff with white marble terraces. The lower floors are decorated with colossal marble theatrical masks that were used for tragedies, comedies, and satirical dramas.
The Fontana de Tartarughe, or the Fountain of the Turtles, was created by the architect Giacomo della Porto and sculptor Taddeo Landini, built following the restoration of a ruined 1st century Roman aqueduct, which was known for the purity of its water. The fountain was not created for a pope, but for an individual named Maurizio Mate, a member of a wealthy and powerful family. The family lived in the Roman ghetto, but they were Roman Catholic. The Jews living in the ghetto did not have access to this fountain for fresh water because Pope Paul IV put a wall around the ghetto. This wall imprisoned the Jewish population, and the patron of the fountain, Mate, was given a key.
Ghetto is the oldest Jewish restaurant in the capital and the biggest kosher restaurant in Rome. We visited Bono, which is a pizza place with 5 locations and is family-owned and operated. We even spoke to an employee who was very nice and told us a bit about the restaurant, and the most popular flavor was margarita. They also had other flavors such as salmon, eggplant, and anchovies. These restaurants, along with many others, live on a street called Via di San Ambrogio Baldo.
The remains scattered on the outskirts of the Theatre of Marcellus are from the Temple of Apollo Sosianus. What still stands are 3 columns which are refurbishments from the Augustan age. The first building was inaugurated in 431 BC by Consul Gneo Julio and dedicated to Apollo after a plague. It had undergone multiple restoration efforts, but was eventually completed after a conflict between Augustus and Gaius Sosius, who was restoring the temple. Next to the Apollo Sosianus are the remains of the Temple of Bologna. It was built during the Augustan era and was used as a fish market up until the end of the 19th century. These buildings show the rich history surrounding the Theatre of Marcellus and how many important buildings are located within the ghetto.
The Roman ghetto is a huge part of Rome's culture, and while it may be tiny, it is packed full of rich, beautiful culture.